Hey, what's up, guys? I am doing a little stream here just to test out the green screen and everything. And I'm going to see if I can't share this out real quick. I'm gonna start it up here in a second, just sharing it out on a couple platforms. Would appreciate if anybody catches if you guys want to share it out, that'd be great too. I'm gonna do like a little test chat, make sure the overlay is working. There it is. It's small though. I think I need to boost the size on the chat box. Bear with me. This won't take too long. Let's see, 48 pixels. Let's try that. All right. So try testing that again.
Keio flying Squadron 2.
There we go. Chat is showing up, and so yeah, I just got the green screen setup going, and I'm gonna try to test it out here with a impromptu stream of Keio 2. How's everybody doing today? Huh, it's not showing up on oh, there it is. Share. So Ruleon, doing all right? Got a snowstorm you're sitting through at the moment. Are you in Canada? Are you up in like see Nick, who's also Shiro, he's up in Fargo, and it's pretty cold there. And then in Canada, Peter was saying it was like negative 67 degrees, or negative 30 Celsius, negative 67 degrees Fahrenheit, which is literally colder than I can imagine. Hey Cameron, how's it going? If you, oh, you're doing some Wii U, nice, nice. All right, I am just sharing to a few other places that might be interested in joining me. Cool. That works for now. New England. Wow. Okay, so the chat's not. This chat is not showing up on this overlay. I might have to fix that. Okay, let's just see here. Go to the dashboard. Let's see. We'll go boxed. That works better. The size down a little bit. I think that'll work. Launch. Okay. There we go. We'll see if that works. Well, I guess I ought to play some of this game for you guys. I'm probably gonna keep it on easy because that's where it starts and it's already pretty difficult for me at least. The enemies just come at you in weird patterns, like the birds that kind of like psych you out. They make you think that they're coming. Reluctant hero, how's it going? Whoa. All right. You get a feel for the controllers here. I am actually booting this off of the Satiator. First time streaming with the Satiator. I have done one stream with the mode, and that went really well. And now this is my first time streaming off the Satiator. Bounce off this guy. Not sure how to get those guys up there. Maybe you have to run over here. Yeah, that's what it is. Let's try this. Make a run for it. There we go. Central Coast, Cali. And I'm down here in San Diego. And it's a gray day, but it's not that cold. So I can't complain. I hardly can ever complain, but I mean we still complain in San Diego. People complain whenever it's like even a little bit cold. I'm sure it's enough to make other people hate us, but I'm originally from Reno, Nevada, and it gets real cold there. It also gets real hot. But not nearly as San Diego is really nothing compared to anywhere else. Like San Diego is, it hardly ever freezes. I don't even think it ever freezes. If it does, like everybody's plants would die. Oh, Monterey. Yeah, I can get cold in Monterey. Hold on a second. Oh, okay. So you guys ever play this game? Let me know in the chat what you think of it. I think it's pretty cool that they made it kind of like a mashup of genres. Yeah. I hear you about getting acclimated to different environments. Like, you know, when I was in college, you know, we'd have black ice. It'd be below zero, and you know, you'd go to. I used to go to hockey games, you know, sit through an entire hockey game and it'd be freezing, you know, but nobody cared. And now, like, 10 years of living in San Diego, well, more than 10 years of living in San Diego, and I'm basically a pussy when it comes to the cold, you know. I mean, I'll still go outside in a t-shirt and shorts when it's cold here, but it's not really cold. But yeah, like I'm saying, like my fellow Shiro Peter, he's enjoying some negative 67 degree Fahrenheit weather. So that's like, I don't know, that's unworldly cold. Oh, you know, you guys can feel free to join me in the Discord too. I'll put a link in the, I'm going to put, Cameron was saying that he also feels that this game is kind of tough. And I agree. Let's just see. I'm going to try to invite you guys to the Discord. Invite people, copy link. And if anybody wants to, feel free to jump in here. So let's just see here. Pop it in here. Bam. All right. So there's the Discord link if anybody feels like hopping in and joining this stream. Again, I don't stream a lot, so my streams are always very impromptu, typically lacking any kind of notice in advance, and I just kind of go off the cuff, you know, because that's all I can manage at this point. But anyway, I needed to do something different than repros for a while. You know, I've been working on the Grandia release, and it's just like my hands are starting to hurt from folding and binding. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, let's not get. So I just needed to take a break from that stuff. Figure what better to do than play some games.
What are you doing? Gotcha.
Check the Discord because maybe folks are not, maybe they're in but they're not coming through. Yeah, so feel free to join me in the general chat. I'm just in the general voice chat if you guys feel like joining the stream, and we'll chat. Yeah. Oh, missed opportunity. I was supposed to open the umbrella before I did that. Oh well. I might die and start over again. Probably will anyway. I guess I can't get that guy. Oh, there you go. You have to press up while you're doing the weapon button to get it to, and then I think to put it away you can start.
Ow.
It's weird, like it's not a criticism, but it's just the attack is feels kind of strange. Like it doesn't feel very consistent. It's probably just my terrible gameplay skills. I'm sure Game Master Chaz is probably great at this game. There we go. So yeah, I had to get a green screen because coming up real soon here, we're actually going to be all the members of Shiro are going to be joining Tom Kalinske with Project Co for the Uplink convention, which is going to be a lot of fun. And you know, we're trying to up our production value and also you know, host a decent interview panel, you know, so we had to break out the green screen, so I figured I might as well get some use out of this and do some streaming with a green screen. So as far as the, darn it, I was looking at the comments. I was looking at your comments and I completely spaced the gameplay. Yeah, so as far as the satiator goes, I do, like, there's a lot of, basically I feel like it's still kind of in beta. And I don't think that that's unfair to say, since the firmware menu still says beta on it. And I mean, like, I'm a part of the Discord chat, and he's encouraging folks to, he's very much encouraging folks to, like, log any issues they have with it and report back to him so that he can work on those kind of things. So yeah, you know, I think that the satiator has like endless potential, and it's going to be, it's probably like the de facto device for homebrew, like enjoying all the homebrew that's going to come out of the scene over the next decade or 2 decades, you know. So yeah, there's a lot of potential to it, but I'd be lying if I said that I haven't run into some issues. One thing I will say is I don't think it liked my my mod chip Saturn. I have a Rob Webb mod chip Saturn that I've had for years, and it's kind of my daily driver. It's not like my best looking Saturn. It's just kind of the daily driver that I use, because it's always plugged in. It's got the mod chip. I can slap a disc in there if I need to, and I don't have to worry about, you know, what region it is and stuff. But the satiator, I don't think it plays very well, because it kind of hooks into the boot early on, and that's kind of how it like circumvents the whole CD system. And I think that the mod chip essentially does the same thing, and so they're kind of fighting each other, and often it would cause issues. So I just went ahead and put the satiator into a stock system, and that seemed to do the trick. I've had much fewer problems with a stock system. So I would recommend that if you're getting a satiator, that you try to use it in a stock system. I am gonna turn the gameplay down, actually, because it's a little loud. And this is a beautiful game. It's one of the things I love about it the most, the artwork and the mixed genre, and just like the music, overall style to it. It's very kawaii. It's got a lot of cutesy stuff. And I mean, you know, right now we're playing a horizontal shmup basically, but then you've also got elements of, you know, platforming and all sorts of stuff, collecting. I'm not doing well at it though right now. I did a little test gameplay the other day, and I was doing so much better. But, you know, that's how it goes when I stream and I talk. You know, I'm like not really paying attention to what I'm doing. Does the region-free BIOS affect the satiator anyway? I don't think so. I would be speaking out of turn if I said that it did, but I haven't read anything about that. A lot of issues that were issues early on have already been fixed. It might, you know, and it might not even be a case where the satiator has any problems with mod chip systems in the next, you know, few months, because he is constantly working on fixes for this thing. And it's just, you know, he's still a one-man band kind of thing, you know. He's working a lot of these fixes himself. So I know that he's taking a list of, like, there's no CCD support, right? You know, and CCD, while it is a proprietary format, it is a widely used format, right? So he is going to be adding support for CCD, but it doesn't have support for CCD right now. So if your entire library was, you know, clone CD images that you were using with like the Rhea or something like that, you're either going to have to convert all of them over to BinQ, or you're just going to have to wait for him to add the CCD support. But, you know, CCD is a proprietary format again, and not everybody cares to acquire clone CD through whatever methods, you know, you guys might acquire it online. Not everybody wants to be beholden to that software. So the way the industry is moving and the way the scene is moving really is towards BinQ as kind of like the de facto, because it's more of a standard format really. And I can understand that argument for sure, but I know that there are a lot of people who are really huge proponents of CCD due to, you know, one thing or another, you know. But the Saturn doesn't really use the sub-channel data, so except for like karaoke discs, you know. So yeah, let's try to do better at this. Yeah, I still got hit. All right, I need to get more power-ups. There we go. Yes. Okay, so Memphis, you're right. Knight of Dragon, he made a little tool for folks to use. That's available on our Discord. I mean, he posted it online, but there's a link in our Discord. So if you guys are already in our Discord, you could just do a search for CCD to Q, and there he put a link there, and you can basically batch convert your library. So I would recommend doing that for now. Sorry, trying to read the comments and play. I need somebody else to jockey with me and read the comments. Okay, so we're going to like the sumo stadium now. Jay Jensen's playing Sengoku Blade. That is a great game. The Saturn does have a lot of beautiful games. I agree. Poor Dave. Why am I poor Dave? Why am I poor Dave? Oh, just because I'm miserable at games? Or I'm miserable at playing while streaming? Oh, God. Tell me why I'm poor Dave. I want to know. I don't feel sorry for myself at all. I just joke that I'm not that great when it comes to streaming. I enjoy the chatting part more than I do the actual gameplay. So I'm just not that good at it. For reading and playing simultaneously, it's harder than you think. I mean, I see like professional streamers do it all the time and they make it look easy, but it's not that easy. Maybe it's easy when you're playing games like what is it? You know, PUBG or something like that. Maybe it's easier. Maybe that's more of a mindless game. But Saturn games are not easy. So, you know, try to like speak intelligently, and and play at the same time, and it's not easy. Even when I'm on easy mode on this game, you know. And I forget what his pattern of attack is here. Oh yeah, he's gonna barf. There you go. You just kind of have to avoid him while he's doing the spin thing. There we go. Gunbird is also a beautiful game, yeah. I'm gonna invite folks into the everyone. Let's see. All right. Back to the game. I'm just sending a message to folks so they know You can join me if they want. Please do, yeah. Post this link to Discord. Sorry, I thought I had done that, but yeah. Go ahead and post the link to Discord. And you can, Memphis, you can, I don't know if I'm saying that right, Memphis, Madmar. You can hop in and chat if you want to. I've seen you pretty active getting into your Saturn lately on the Discord channel. So that's really good. I'm always excited to see folks get into playing their Saturns. Let me pause it real quick. I think somebody hopped in. Nope. I keep hearing like somebody hopping in the voice chat and then it's like there's nobody there. So maybe they're just checking it out. This reminds me of Clockwork Knight, the part where you're like riding the train and having to duck under everything. Very similar, just different art style.
Okay, I will try. Hi, Dave.
Hey, how's it going? Here, let me turn up your audio a little bit.
Yeah, I realized right now.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Better?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Let me crank you up a little bit. Cool.
Yeah, but I must admit I'm a little bit shy and my English is not the best.
Hey, your English is fine. You sound fine to me. You know, I always say there's no need to be shy in the Saturn community. There's so few of us that we need to like stick together and support each other. You know, I like having people on the chat regardless. You know, I'll do most of the talking. You could just provide the color commentary. So you joined the Discord recently, right?
I think it was a few weeks ago.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, and you've been pretty active on there, so that's great. What games are you getting into?
Not getting on the nerves.
Not at all. Not at all.
Games on Saturn. Well, yeah. The first thing I made was putting like 200 image files on my Reha.
Wow. Did you download all of those? Like, did you like download them all in one go, or did you have them on a drive or something?
I had some before for playing on emulator.
Yeah.
And then I didn't download them at one session, but
yeah. Because with the data caps that we have these days, you know, on like my local internet, if you wanted to download the entire Saturn library, that's like over 1 terabyte. And then, you know, combined with all the streaming that we do, I know I would get hit hard. So, you know, I've mostly relied on CDs. I have a large CD collection, but now that I'm getting into ODEs with like the mode and the satiator, I've got to find a way to get all those games. I don't really want to have to go download them, but if I do have to, then I guess so be it.
Yeah.
I know I could pick this.
Isn't also Night of Dragons 2 good for this thing, I believe?
Good for what?
You can for ripping your CDs and transforming them into images.
Tag, wie geht's, meine Freunde?
I don't know.
Ist das Pat? Hi, Pat.
Ja.
Hey, Pat.
Hallo, wie geht's?
Mir geht's gut.
Ah,
Schön, dich zu hören.
schön, schön. Ja, ich bin gut. Ich habe zu den Ärzten gegangen.
Oh. Und?
Es war gut. Ja, es war mein Herzenärzte.
Oh. Oh. Aber
Ja.
alles gut.
Ja.
We're getting a lesson in German here on the Shiro podcast, or on the Shiro chat.
I was just telling him that I just went to my cardiologist.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I think it's like Herz, or something in German, heart doctor.
It's cardiologe.
Cardiologe? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, no, just I had high blood pressure, so I just need to get some stuff. But besides that, it's all good. I actually need to run in real quick, but I'll hop on in a second. I just want to say hi real quick. But I'll be
Yeah,
back
hi,
in a
Pat.
second.
All right.
How did that get me? Okay. So, like, some of these enemies come from out of nowhere. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna switch back to the...
You know, I couldn't chat and watch the stream
Oh,
simultaneously, but I think it's weird because there is a lag, and so yeah,
There-
I'm getting distracted from you talking.
oh right,
on
yeah.
screen.
So you're not able to see the on YouTube?
I can watch, but I'm getting a little bit distracted.
Ah.
Not lip synchron, like desync.
Michael Statue PSA for those looking. Let's see. Castlemania has HD Retrovision cables. And a Saturn adapter. Okay, cool. HD Retrovision cables. I guess they might have been out of stock or something like that, so they've got them in stock. So if folks are interested, thank you for that heads up. Yeah, I hear you. I mean, like, I don't even know how folks do this. I really don't. And maybe it's a, you know, modern games might just be easier to play where you're just kind of like running around shooting things. But like these old 2D platforming games where the timing is essential, it's really difficult to do the whole, you know, talking and gameplay at the same time. But I sound like a broken record because I say the same thing every time.
Yeah, but sometimes there is a point. Yeah, you get into the flow.
Yeah, there is.
Like talking and like beating everything. It happens to me sometimes. Like I was talking to a friend and losing all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Then suddenly,
You got into a flow.
Yeah. But reading a chat and playing, I think it's a little bit harder.
Oh yeah, I have to. I basically just have to stop, you know, and pause it just so I can read and comprehend what folks are saying. Let me just see here. I think that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to use the hammer. Using the weapons in this game is like the key, I think. It's just I'm so used to just playing with standard platforming controls where I'm like jumping on people's heads. There we go.
This one wasn't released in USA.
It was not released in the USA. No. It was released in PAL territories, and then it was released. It was released in Japan, obviously, by Victor JVC.
I remember playing a demo, and I must admit I was shocked from the bunny style.
Yes, it's very. It's it's very stylistic. You either like it or you don't. I'm into the whole, you know, cutesy anime things, you know, with like with what is it, you know, weapons and beating up people. You know, I even like there's a shmup on the Saturn where you're in like a Japanese arcade, the one that Pat really likes. I forget what it's called.
Game Paradise.
Yeah, Game Paradise. Yeah, I love that kind of stuff. But I mean, it's not for everybody.
No, I also like the cutie stuff, but only this Playboy disguise.
Yes, Playboy disguise.
Shocking for my younger niece.
There we go.
Yeah, Michael C is talking about cotton.
Yeah, I went to look at that comment and I died.
Yeah. So what do you guys thoughts on the Keio Flying Squadron series, like 1 and 2?
I love both of them. The first one's just a shmup, right? Basically.
Yeah.
I keep dying.
Which platform? I never seen it.
For Sega CD.
Sega.
Mega.
Yeah, Sega/Mega CD.
You in your car?
Came out good, right? Yeah, I'm in my car. I just picked up something at the store, so I'm heading back.
Cool.
It's all good. Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry to do another stream without warning anybody, but yeah, I had time and I was like, how do I want to spend this time while my daughter is sleeping? Do I want to work more on the Grandia thing, or do I want to just have fun and take a rest?
I wouldn't say that out loud. You're probably gonna get yelled at by a bunch of people.
Oh, I'm gonna get yelled at anyway. You know, everybody's gonna be like, when are you gonna finish that thing? I know. Yeah, but my hands started to hurt because I was like folding maps the other day, and then I was doing the stapling and stuff like that. My hands started to get all cramped up and stuff, so I was just like, I'm gonna take a break from that.
Well, you know what they say, they don't love you like I love you, Dave.
That they don't.
They don't.
They don't.
Yeah. That game that sounds actually a lot of fun to play on drums on a Rock Band.
Any news on the Princess Crown translation? This has got to be the translation that everybody wants to know about.
It is the GOAT.
You know, Cyber Warrior X was working on it at a point, and he had life come up pretty big time, and kind of fell off the scene a bit, you know. And I guess all anybody can say is nobody's basically picked up the ball and run with it. So it kind of remains to be seen. I'm pretty sure with the momentum that the community has at this point that somebody will take over. Damn it, I'm doing terrible at this game. But yeah, no, we all want Princess Crown to get finished, you know. I definitely do.
Yeah, I guess the blunt answer is no. There's no update.
Yeah, the blunt, that's me trying to be nice, but the truth is nobody really knows what the status on it is for like the last, I don't know, half decade. How's that? It's been about 5 years, you know, since anybody's gotten any kind of update.
To be fair though, Grandi also, I mean, Lunar actually had a translation that was in the works for a couple years, but
yeah,
it was put on hold, and someone else picked it up. So you never know.
Yeah, that's true. We were all saying the same thing about Lunar for the longest time.
As I found out, also Fire Pro Wrestling was like developed, translated since 2001, I think, something like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so I mean, it comes down to like the fans in this community. If anybody has like any experience, if you're an artist and you want to team up with, you get over to the Sega Extreme forums and you maybe want to contribute some art. There are folks that will take you up on that. You know, there are folks that need assets made. You know, or if you're really good at coding, or if you're really good at just like tearing apart ROM files and looking at the hash information and figuring that stuff out, then I mean, you know, maybe translating would be for you. But I mean, I think that it's really just a community thing, you know. It's a community effort.
No, for real. But I'm really excited on the prospects of new translations. I know we have a bunch of other ones around the horizon, so I'm just super excited to see what comes out next.
This is really frustrating, like how slippery the controls are, and how like these fireballs are like, I don't know. I'm complaining.
Yeah, you were really slippery and squishy in the Keio Flying Squadron 2.
Yeah.
Like the game itself, to me, when I was playing it, it felt like I was slipping all over the place. I was not really good at that.
There's like a friction thing going on that's it's kind of loose. It's not terrible. It's just loose, you know. It's not. To be honest, we're spoiled by games like Super Mario World, where the platforming is like so precise. Like they work on it forever, just getting the physics just right. So most platformers, I would say, are not perfect. They're you know, close but not perfect. And this is just one of those. Like I would say that it
also has a weird screen shift thing.
Is that Cameron?
Yeah.
Who was that?
Yeah, he's also on.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, it's got the screen shift thing going on. It's got it's got the art style going for it though. I think that and then the shmup part plays really well, but the platforming is kind of slippery. And then, you know, when you've got those fireballs coming down, it's just crazy. I'm dying a lot.
I do really like the anime the anime cutscenes of it though. That's one of my favorite parts of the game itself.
Yeah, it didn't play at the beginning. I wanted it to play at the beginning, but I don't know, it didn't for some reason. And there I get killed again by that fireball. You're climbing up the ladder and the fireball's coming down at you. I'm just like, okay, that's a cheap death.
Oh, I wonder, is it with voice acting? Or are the cutscenes with voice acting?
Yeah,
There are voice acting. There is voice acting in the cutscenes.
Acting is probably generous to say though.
Oh, it's good. No, it's good in this game. Are you kidding me? It's like funny.
Yeah,
Pat, you don't like it?
It's got that 90s cheese, so I guess it's successful in a way. It's kind of on par, like maybe Evangelion or something.
Or Popful Mail. It's like Popful Mail. It's like very similar to that kind of, like you said, 90s cheese. It's not terrible, like where they literally got their like brother to come in and deliver a line. Like it's I think it's cool. I like it.
I suppose so. I mean, I like it, but I understand the cheesy charm of it, you know?
Yeah.
But was it a British synchronization or
localization? I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, because they all sound English, like they all sound American. The accents all.
I think it might be Canadian.
Oh, really? And that makes me.
A lot of dubbing is done in Canada for a lot of the stuff.
True.
Last time I checked it was Canadian, because I know one voice actor that plays the raccoon is actually pretty prolific still.
Oh, okay.
I have to look up who the voice actor is, but he's a pretty prolific voice actor that actually went to a convention I went to a couple of years ago, but it was before I knew he did that voice.
Pat's bringing us the fun facts.
Yeah, I just really wish I had my phone on me, but I'm driving a car, so I can't really exactly safely do that.
Hey, I can't fault you for driving your car.
You can, but...
I mean, I could fault you, but it's not like you would care.
I just drift away from that
I swear, these fireballs.
Fireballs at the death
The
of all of us.
fireballs. I only have one chance left.
Yeah, I mean, the thing I like the most about the game is how expensive it is on the Sega CD. It's like $1,500. I mean, that's a great thing about it, because that means nobody could play it because it's expensive.
God.
Well, that's the original one. This one, I think it's only like a couple hundred or something for the European version of it.
I mean, that doesn't stop me from playing Sega CD games. I mean, Snatcher is how much? And I enjoy that like every year. I play Snatcher probably at least once a year.
Yeah, I mean, nowadays with all the ODEs and the fact that it didn't really have any protection, I mean, it pretty much is easy to play.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite games on the Sega CD. I just really wish I could afford to buy it physically, but I've started trading cryptocurrency, so maybe I get lucky on Dogecoin and it will jump up and I'll be able to afford stuff.
Well, I mean, you could get, and since there was no protection, right, you could get like a pressed repro or something, you know? Like a nice pressed repo.
I guess.
If they make those kind of... Well, I mean, I am too. You're disc rot and all? Because that's what you're going to get with a disc that old.
Yeah, probably. That's what I'm worried about Snatcher, but I'd still want to buy a copy of that. Just complete that love, you know?
Oh, sure. You're funny like that, Pat. You're like, you make exceptions. You like, I know you're not a big fan of the whole like having a huge disc-based collection because you love the ODEs, but like there are certain games that you make an exception for.
Yeah, I mean, I even do it with Saturn, like with Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Yeah.
Like, I made that exception. Of course, Imagine My Ray, and that game's expensive as sin as well. So.
Oh man.
Oh, don't talk about this game. I was so stupid. I had also the American version, and it wasn't cheap in Germany at all. And I traded it into with a Power Stone 1 on the Dreamcast.
Oh yeah.
I was so desperate. I had no money, and I had a Dreamcast, and I had no games, and yeah. And I was
Wow.
young and naive.
Power Stone is not a bad game, but definitely not
No.
on the same level.
No, not at all.
It's still getting up there nowadays.
Yeah.
Is it Power Stone 1 a US copy or a European copy?
No, it was I think it was a Japan. Yeah, a Japanese
Okay.
copy. Yeah, and I don't have it anymore. My brother, then there was a day, and my younger brother traded in all our Dreamcast games and rest of Saturn games to some car speakers.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like tut mir leid, ich brauche eine Sub.
No, don't kill me.
Swap?
Ich liebe das Musik als
Ja.
Subwoofer.
Ja. Ne, nicht, not tut mir leid, ne, scheißegal.
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 Okay,
Yeah.
stimmt. But yeah, no, that's really a big bummer, man. I know that there's some games that I know it's not on the same level, but I remember I traded in Mario 64 back in the day, and I got like no trade-in value for it. It was like a couple cents, and like it was like one of my favorite games. So I've since then I've never traded anything in. I've only traded with like people, or like trade in like games that I know are expensive.
I think people generally regret, most trade-ins. I mean, unless you do a trade for something very specific that you've wanted for a long time, I find that I've regretted most of the trade-ins that I've done. But
Yeah,
that's speaking like years down the line,
Yeah, I think I regret a little bit when I did all that trade for the for Magic Knight, but then I remembered, oh wait, it's Magic Knight, so I don't feel that bad. And I didn't really play this stuff anyway, so.
I regret not picking up certain games though, that I played on CDR back in the day because I was all about just playing games on CDR, and then now they're like way expensive, and I could have had them for like a decent price, like D2. I don't own a copy of D2, and it's not a cheap game now. It's not super expensive, but I mean it's definitely not cheap anymore. And
I think it hit the 90s range or something.
Yeah, and I mean, it's got some of the same problems that like Shenmue does, where like the discs, some of them go bad.
Well,
Oh, did I just somehow die? Yeah, I guess I did. That sounds so funny, Pat. Like there's a sound in the background that almost sounds like a toilet flushing or something. I think it's another car.
it's probably the wind.
Yeah, I gotta read some of these comments. Really Saturn working design topic. What? A group to get Lunar 3 made? Oh. And
I
they...
saw that somebody shared a petition on a well, it was actually kind of funny because I was talking about Spike Spencer's Null.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my favorite voice in the game, and then Spike Spencer. Yeah, you saw that, right?
Yeah, you put in picture, I think, in the Discord channel.
Yeah, I was very happy about that because I love Spike Spencer because I'm a big Evangelion fan. And he voices Shinji in that, so it was really cool to get him to reply to that.
I would agree with Reluctant Hero about Dragon Force. It's just such a good game.
Yeah.
When you really get into it,
I also wished I still had my Dragon Force copy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So was there an allure in Germany with like collecting American games, or was it just like something that you preferred?
The problem was that there weren't so many releases, especially in the final part. But yeah, now I realize that you had also the same problem in America. But there was at first you had also the NTSC PAL problematic. Yeah, like the PAL games had mostly only 50 hertz,
Oh, yeah.
Music
Yeah.
only were slower, and sometimes the resolution was messed up. So
Exactly.
that was a reason for many people to import games. And so
Yeah,
American
I
games
think one
were.
of the biggest reasons. I think one of the biggest reasons you guys didn't get a lot of games either because they had to translate like, was it 4 different languages for each copy of the game? Like they had to. It was kind of ridiculous.
Okay, we didn't get so many German localized games. There are
Yeah.
some, there are a few, but
No,
mostly
no.
we had to manage ourselves with,
I was so close.
English versions.
Oh wow, really? So it's like, well, we're selling this game, but there's no German language, so good luck.
Yeah. I think some of my English skills resides from this fact. Like Zelda 2, I had to play it with a dictionary in my hands.
Oh man.
Well, I think it was a good experience for getting into English. Yeah, but it's hard for many people. It was hard for many people. Now today, it's like still the vocals are mostly in English in voice-heavy games like GTA or. But also then on Saturn, there were games that were completely translated and localized to German, like Command and Conquer or Warcraft or stuff like this. Soviet Strike, I remember.
Huh. That's pretty cool. I didn't know. I think I didn't really know that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I actually never played Soviet Strike. What's that game about?
Have you played the strikes on the Genesis?
No, I haven't actually.
Okay. Yeah, they are like isometric shooters. You play a helicopter. You're like I think an agent or something like that for CIA or FBI or I'm not sure. And you have a map. You have different maps, and on the map you have chronologically to make you have some missions. Yeah, you must.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's everything about shooting and managing your armor and your ammo and stuff like that. It has really interesting graphics and.
Which game is that you're talking about?
Soviet Strike.
Oh, Soviet Strike. Yeah, Soviet Strike is a great game. I have a English copy, and it's got pretty high production value. I would say of any of all the helicopter games on the Saturn, it's the one to get. Also, Thunderhawk 2 is pretty good, but Soviet Strike is really. I think it was EA published in America, and it was very high production value.
And also produced, not only published.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Developed.
Yeah, definitely. You would enjoy it, Pat, if you like the Command and Conquer kind of thing. It's not exactly the same, but it's similar, in that kind of top-down, almost isometric.
I think you have to get used to the controls. They're a little bit tricky.
Yeah. But it's a good one. Yeah.
Try the German version, yeah.
Try the German version. I'm really impressed at Pat's German. I didn't know it was that good. Or that he was that comfortable speaking. But
I learned in school, and I've been speaking it for. I started learning in 07, so 07 to now, so a few years. But I still have a long way to go to get as good as our friend over here is in English. Because his English is way better than my German in terms of sort of differential. Because I would have no confidence in talking on a stream in German for an extended period of time.
Oh, thank you. But I also learned English since I think 35 years.
Okay, so you got a couple years on me then.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. Yeah, no. Yeah, but Eventually I'll get there. I keep practicing like VR chat and stuff and talking to people like him and enjoying seeing half the Discord filled with German, so that's kind of fun.
Okay, I will help you then in the future.
Sounds good. Yeah, but hopefully once Gamescom's back up, I'd definitely be interested in going over there and doing something in Germany, because give me a reason to go to Germany. So I'd pretty much enjoy that.
That would be so great. I hope next year or something like that.
Yeah, for sure. I'd definitely be down for that. I'll have to get some flights arranged and stuff and save up a bit. But I'd definitely be interested because I always wanted to go to Europe, but school sort of prevented me from leaving my country. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Oh, sorry, what were you saying?
No, nothing.
Gotcha. Yeah, they're into Japan. I'd love to go. Those are the two places I'd really like to visit a lot.
Like Europe and Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, German and Japan. Sorry, Germany. and
Germany.
Japan.
Okay.
Yeah, Germany specifically in Japan. Sorry about that.
No problem. I think Germany is much affordable than Japan. But
yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
now it's also my dream to get to Japan one day. Yeah, I know what you're meaning.
We'll have to sync up. We'll sync up
Okay.
and we'll sync our trips up and we'll go there together or something.
It would be awesome to go to Japan.
You come here to Germany and then collect me, and then we continue to Japan, and then it's halfway for you, isn't it?
I don't know how affordable that would be, but I'll see. I might be cheaper if we just meet up at the Japan airport.
Yeah, and when I think about it, like it would be what you say in English. It won't be the best way for you to go to Germany and then to Japan.
Yes, it would be a Saratoga. But
Yeah.
I'll figure it out. I mean, it's definitely not this year for sure, especially with all this COVID stuff. But like I said, hoping next year for sure we get that vaccine in our arms and we'll be able to go some places and go to conventions again. Because
Seriously.
because literally 2 conventions I want to go to just got canceled. So
E3?
I get very antsy. E3 is digital only now, and ZapCon in Arizona got canceled again.
Really? E3 is digital only for this year, or do you think you think that it's gonna set a precedent? They're gonna continue to do digital.
I don't know, frankly. I'd like to say that it's just a temporary thing, but the way that things are going, the price of conventions, the money that's spent, people going to the expos, I'm not really sure E3 is might have a future in 2022 going forward, but I'd like to think that it'd be physical in some capacity, though.
Ah. Yeah.
All I know is that I got to get those business cards printed out and start applying now.
The purpose, Michael asks, what's the purpose of the rabbit head coins? And I think that it is you get like you collect 100 and then you get a new life. You get a life. Stop playing games in your garage.
I need to get.
I get a life. You also need to get a new heart. No, I'm just kidding, Patrick. I'm sorry.
I've heard that's the issue. It's the pressure.
It's the pressure.
Stress I need to get rid of.
Yeah, well,
Stress.
you're doing all this stuff for Shiro.
I just gotta quit Shiro, drop out, go incognito, go into a forest.
I know, right?
Live like Techukinski minus the other stuff, but minus the whole bomb thing. But you know.
All right, so this is what I'm supposed to do. Just kind of like hop down. Oh, he's coming after me.
The stage you were playing before with the waterfalls, that was the one on the German demo disc, I think.
Oh yeah? There was a demo disc of this, really?
Yeah. I think it's one of the last demo discs we had in Germany. The last one was Panzer Dragoon Saga. But yeah.
Oh, of course, yes. So we're talking about the flash discs, like the Sega flash discs?
I think they were called flash disk. Yeah, I think.
Okay, so yeah,
Wide.
basically with the magazine, right? OSSM.
Yeah. We had in Germany we had this offizielles Sega Magazin.
Ah,
Yeah. And there was a disc with it.
yeah.
And the last days it wasn't. You only could get it over like how it's called subscription.
Subscription.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
couldn't
you need
buy
to
it
subscribe
in
to
the,
it, yeah.
yeah, you couldn't buy it in the kiosk anymore.
Oh, right.
Because the
Yeah.
Sega owners were dying out.
I actually.
It's like PS. It's like newer PS 1.
Yeah,
Kein
Yeah.
Sega.
Yeah.
it was like this.
Hey. Oh well, there's a Lancer Evo in front of me. Nice. But yeah, that really sucks though. I'm sorry that to be fair though, I think America didn't fare much better in the magazine department for Sega Saturn in terms of longevity though.
Okay, so I just discovered that running makes this game a lot easier.
Oh, with the run button?
Okay, apparently the way that it was set up in the options was just to hold down the right or left. And so by holding down, it takes a while to kind of get to the running part, and with the runways in this game being so short, I was hardly ever able to get up to a run before an enemy would just like take me out. But I switched it to where you can hold down the right trigger and you just run immediately, and it just makes it so much quicker. Yeah, like the controls are much more responsive now. I'm dying a lot less. So yeah, there you go.
I think the Keio games are just really naturally hard. Like I always had issues on the first one as well with its difficulty.
But I will be honest, like I just feel like the slippery thing is not happening as much with being able to hold down. See if it works for this too. No, it doesn't make you go any faster when you're in the air. But being able to hold down that R trigger and actually run fast, it actually makes turning, like turning on a dime on the platforming, a lot quicker and tighter instead of like the slippy slidey thing. So word to the wise, if you're playing this game, go into the options and change it so that you can hold down run, or so you can hold down a button to run, because I don't like that whole ramping up the run, just holding down direction to run. It takes forever for it to actually start, for it to actually start running. Okay, I gotta pick these up. But yeah, this is literally my favorite part of the game has got to be the shmup levels, and that's why I like the first Keio is it's shmup. But I do like the platforming elements. It's just I much prefer the shmup part.
No, I'm the same way.
Yeah, the SaturnDave Trinitron, it was especially custom made. Blows it
just for Dave.
Just for Dave. Well, Pat's got his own too.
Yeah, we broke into the Saturn facilities, or sorry, the Sony facilities, and we made badges that says our name on it, and stuck them on our TVs.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Great.
But yeah, no, I think they actually make a bunch of PVMs in Germany too. Well, I mean, they used to, I guess.
Yeah, the production was local, I think, back in the days.
Yeah, just hop on over there, pick up some PVMs for, I don't know, a couple $1,000 when it was going for back in the day.
I think that they are now also here really expensive.
They always get me.
To be certain, I didn't know about PBMs before I listened to you guys.
Oh, is that right?
No, I didn't know what you were talking about. Google it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't. You guys didn't need them because you already had like the SCART inputs on your TVs.
Yeah, that is true. They had like, you guys had Bang and Olufsen. You had you already had like good CRT brands, and then you also had SCART natively. So it was like you're not missing out on much. We only like, we're so into PVMs because it's literally the only way to get like you need a professional video monitor or like a VGA, CRT to get RGB here in the States, so something PAL folks took for granted. So
yeah, I think so. I also realized that the PC CRT is in USA is such an expensive thing.
well, it is
not
now.
sure
It is now. It didn't used to be.
Yeah, here it's you can get them everywhere for nothing. Yeah, people are happy to.
Well, it was that way. I would say it was that way only like a couple years ago. Probably like, yeah, so many people were focusing on the PVMs and the BVMs that people were sleeping on the whole PC CRT thing. And that's what I have. Like, I have a bunch of 22-inch PC CRTs. I have Mitsubishis, I've got NECs and Sony Trinitrons. And I use line doublers to do my stuff. But and Dreamcast just looks absolutely amazing on PC CRTs. But yeah, so within the last year, you've got like channels like DF Retro. I cannot get out of underneath that guy. You have channels like DF Retro talking about PC CRTs, and then everybody figures out that they're good, and then the price immediately gets jacked up because you got like thrift stores like Goodwill where like the people pricing the items are like pricing them at like $100 at a thrift store, or maybe even more. Yeah, it's ridiculous. So that's kind of what happened. Like the secondhand market on Craigslist or OfferUp or thrift stores, it's all kind of been inflated, and so now it's very difficult to get a good CRT, these days.
No, because normally in trends, the USA are like 5 years, a half decade in front of us, in Germany.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh yeah.
To saving now CRTs.
Well, and also, I mean, they're not. It's not like they're making them anymore. I mean, some companies there might be like some companies in East Asia or something that are still churning the tubes out or something like that. But I mean, it's not like there are any more consumer CRTs anymore. So unless folks hoard them and fix them, there's going to get to be more of a demand because there's just not going to be that many of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The time will tell. If more of the line doublers and stuff like this.
Yeah.
Will be popular, or if people are demanding like back to CRTs.
But see, it's funny because I've told Pat this. I don't know how many people I've told this story, but like my whole, I didn't seek out PC CRTs because they were like the hot thing or anything like that. What actually happened with me is I was playing all my stuff on like a cheap consumer CRT, right? And then I got my first, and this was like a decade ago or more, I got my first VGA box for the Dreamcast, and I plugged it into like a small, PC CRT monitor, and I was immediately amazed at how good it looked. It looked amazing compared to anything else. And my thought process was, well, I wonder if there are like VGA boxes for other consoles. So I kind of went on this quest to find, the equivalent of a VGA box for other consoles, and I found one for, I found the XRGB2, which is essentially like, works like a VGA box, just a simple line doubler, and it's analog, and it works for the Saturn really well. And then I got a Sony Waka, which was basically a scanline doubler for the PlayStation, and it's like a licensed device for the PlayStation.
Couldn't you use the XRBG2 also with the PlayStation?
So you could, but you'd have to take the PlayStation out to like S Video or something like that, or maybe you'd have to get like a the Waka actually is a box made by Sony, or it's made by a company, but it's licensed by Sony, and it has the proprietary PlayStation plug on the back of it, and it works with the PlayStation 1 and with the PlayStation 2, and it's just like as pure of an image as you can possibly get. It really is even better than the XRGB2. I use the XRGB2 for the Saturn and my Neo Geo CD because it's the closest thing that I can get to a perfect image for like an analog signal. I don't have an OSSC or anything like that, but there's just no delay with the XRGB2. There's no menu delay or anything like that. And the line doubling is really good. But with the Waka, that's as good as I've ever seen the PlayStation 1 look, honestly. It is on a Waka. But it's a really expensive device now. And I actually got it from a dude in Germany, to be honest with you. I got it from this guy who runs a site that's all about like line doublers and scalers.
Okay.
Yeah, back in the day when like nobody really knew about that stuff, or nobody was really into that stuff. And now all of that's...
Wolfsoft or something like that?
Sorry?
Wasn't it Wolf? Was it Wolf? Wolfsoft or something like that?
Wolfsoft? No.
Okay. Yeah,
The guy...
They were, back in the days, they were the specialists for like RGB stuff and modding your console.
Oh yeah. Though the site is called like Hazard City, and the guy goes by Fudo, but he was one of the original guys to teach folks about like RGB and using line doublers and scalers before it was really like widespread thing. And I just bought the Waka from his sales bin.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I have found a picture of it.
Yeah.
Okay, it looks
Kind of like a little PlayStation.
like a Walkman, or Discman, yeah.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. So, and it literally just has like a headphone jack. You can do like a PC in. You can like do a pass through signal. So basically, I have the XRGB2 passing through that, and then I have that going into the monitors, and it does an amazing job though. Yeah, it gives you a completely crisp image on a PC CRT, so it looks very similar to like say like a Dreamcast VGA box,
Nice.
Yeah. But I mean, nowadays, I would never recommend that to anybody. I would just recommend folks get like an OSSC or something, because there's or even one of those like RAD 2X things. You know what I'm talking about?
Just buy $1,000 to a $5,000 PVM, Dave.
Or just get a $5,000 PVM. Yeah.
I mean, that's what all the pros do. They just spend. No, I agree with you. Like nowadays. Like just getting an OSSC and a RAD 2X is probably the best option.
So, but I mean, like I was just talking to Mel, Sega Lord X, yesterday. We were having a little conversation about the satiator and stuff, and we were just talking about like gatekeeping in the community and how like folks have opinions on like what is the right way to play games or what is the right way to display games, and it's just so funny because I have such a I don't know, non-conventional display setup. I would never recommend my setup to anybody, but it works perfectly for me, and it's just as good as any BVM, but I would never ever recommend anybody go down the rabbit hole that I went down to try to find, everything that I
agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
To be honest, even your method is not that expensive though, compared to some of the other methods.
I suppose not. Yeah, a lot of and that's the thing is a lot of people are with new methods that come in. A lot of this stuff you find it sold off. I don't know if the Waka will ever be cheap because it's a licensed PlayStation device and it's very rare. But like the XRGB2, you can get that now for cheap. Because people are selling it off.
Yeah, it's funny how slowly our hobby evolves, and not even over a 6-year period. I mean, Game Meister is pretty much irrelevant at this point. I don't really see anybody talking about it anymore. And
Oh yeah,
the bigger picture.
I was never a fan of the Frame Meister, to be honest. But that's just me. I mean, like, I could understand why some people were, and you know, it definitely was like the first to do like HDMI out correctly, or at least half decent, you know. But I was always more of a fan of like the analog with the XRGB2. And I still find that XRGB2 is probably more useful because it handles arcade boards. It'll handle like a variety of arcade boards that you throw at it with like weird timings, weird sync timings. So that's one thing where the where the XRGB Mini will give you problems, but like the XRGB2, you can throw any kind of crazy arcade board at it and it'll handle it. You know?
Actually, I've actually not had any issues with the timings or anything with the XRGB Mini. Like, I think
really?
it's probably one of my favorites because of how easy you can just plug anything in and it works.
Yeah, but then you have to deal with all the settings and stuff.
Too, yeah.
Oh, you're going Sync Stripper, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's what is recommended for sure.
Yeah, but that's what I like about it is that it doesn't have that compatibility. I mean, I usually only use it for streaming, but that's all I really need it for. I play on the PVMs and stream on the XRGB Mini.
I don't think I've ever been to this part of the level, so I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Guess. Hit target. Okay. Oh, okay, then there you have it. I'm supposed to pick these guys up.
Good story. Did you answer the questions from Arthur and Michael?
What were the questions?
Arthur says, I just bought the cheapest lead that I could get that would connect my Saturn to my TV. It's good or bad. I mean, as long as it works, but sometimes there's issues, especially with lag and things of that nature, depending on what TV you have. If it's a CRT, it's probably fine, but, you know, some of the flat panels are not that great with it, sadly. But I've heard people that use like the entire just like plug into the TV and it was fine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I get that, Arthur. You're saying it's what I could afford, to be honest. Oh yeah, no, I get that. But yeah, you know, if it's what you can afford, I won't begrudge anybody for what they can afford. I mean,
yeah,
you gotta
like
start somewhere, right?
I seriously, before the Shiro podcast, before I was in the community doing anything, and I was literally just lurking and gaming by myself, I was playing through a little 13-inch Sony standard TV, you know, like little Sony Vega, and or is it Vega? I don't know. Sony Vega. I was just playing through a little 13-inch TV with mono. It didn't even have stereo sound, and I played Panzer Saga that way, and it was still one of the most enjoyable experiences, you know, just playing Panzer Saga. It doesn't really matter what you play through as long as you experience the game and you enjoy yourself. So don't let anybody tell you how to enjoy games, you know? It's stupid for anybody to think that there's one way, you know?
Yeah. Hey, speaking of which, what's going on with your new stream? It's looking like
Oh.
Are you like filming your CRT or something? It's looking a little bit different.
Uh-oh. Does it look weird? Does it look strange?
For some reason there's no overlay on it.
I have two scenes, and one has larger gameplay, and I actually reserved the larger scene for FMVs, but I kind of forgot that I was on there, so I left it there.
Okay.
See, I need a button. I need to get like one of those USB buttons where I can just stomp the button and it'll switch scenes. You know, that would be awesome if I could automate it somehow.
I got you. I was like, what's going on with that? It's like,
What do folks typically do? What do streamers typically do to change scenes? Like, I don't.
They usually have a stream deck that they have like a button for.
Is that what it is? Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
Pricey, though.
I'm doing everything on the cheap, you know.
Hey, you know what you gotta do, but it's looking good though.
I cannot figure out what I'm supposed to do on this level, but I probably need to.
I do like the green screen stuff you're going on.
Yeah. This is can't really hear you. Need to fix my sound settings. Can you hear me?
Oh no, I think it's because I'm too low.
Oh, you're too low. Well, it's so weird. I've got Discord cranked.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't though. Actually, maybe I don't. Hold on a second. Let me. I think what happened was, yeah, I have Discord way low. Let's turn it up to 100%. Now go.
Okay.
Oh my God. Okay,
That's good.
now you're way up. So yeah, what the deal is, the audio from Discord comes through my headphones on podcasts, so I always have to turn that down. Check that out. Now you guys talk, Pat. Yeah, your audio is way up there now.
Okay, sounds good. Yep. Just
Sorry,
testing my audio,
folks.
make sure it sounds good.
That's exactly what it is. So I always turn. That's the tough thing. I stream and I do the podcast, and I wish I could have
Okay,
different.
that sound good.
I wish I could have different profiles for streaming, it like in Discord, different profiles for streaming and doing the podcast, because I always have to turn you guys down so that your audio doesn't come in through my headphones and into my mic. You know?
Yeah, I actually, what I started doing was I actually have started like streaming on Discord, like my turntable. So,
gotcha.
So one of the things I had to do is turn off echo cancellation and a couple other ones because it messed up the sound of it.
Oh, yeah, definitely turn off all that crap. It's
Yeah.
with a good mic, when you just have a good mic, it sounds so much better if you turn off all that processing stuff, because it's all garbage anyway.
Yeah. So hopefully I sound a little bit clearer than I usually do. Probably not, but
I cannot. Come on, get out of here.
I know they had fire hydrants in the Keio age of Japan.
Oh, I know, right? Anything goes. They're breaking all sorts of rules here.
I
Yep.
don't like that Mensa power.
That reminds me of Sonic right there. This little guy right here. You know, the chain thing. I will admit, I don't think I've ever gotten this far. And now it's like, it's past 3, and I really think I need to end the stream and go wake up my daughter from her nap.
Big sad.
Or
but
she'll
I
never
get it.
go to sleep tonight if I don't go wake her up. But yeah, so I died anyway. Well,
Oh
anyway,
yeah, seeing you playing now and making streams gives me hope for my future, because my 5-month-old daughter is stealing so much of time.
Oh, yeah.
Or, it's not stealing. I like to spend the time with her.
Sure. But it's a lot. It's a huge commitment. I mean, you don't regret it, but it's definitely, it makes it hard, you know. You just kind of have to try to find time when you can. I was doing a stream for the competition. I made a big mistake, Pat, by streaming on Shiro's account, because I think that everyone took that to mean that was Shiro's like official stream, when that was literally just supposed to be a SaturnDave stream, you know.
Oh,
And
no, it's not a biggie.
no, it's not a big. I realize it's not a biggie, but I'm just saying, like, it would have, if I had just streamed under my own thing, then nobody would have been confused and been like, oh, okay. Everybody kind of like panicked and thought, oh, they're doing it right now. And you know how I am. Like, I never really announce my streams because it all comes down to like whenever I get the time. But
Yeah, no, I get it.
but yeah, like, so I was just saying, like, that stream just totally went south when the kids, when my daughter woke up and the kids came out into the garage. They were
I
crawling.
actually had a lot of fun on it though.
Yeah, it was fun until that point.
I don't know. I thought it was even more fun when that happened because me and Emerald Nova were clowning on you.
I mean, I'm sure that it was.
I liked it.
I'm sure it was entertaining to you guys, but I'm looking at my kids in the background, and my daughter's like back there in the garage, like climbing on something, and I'm like, oh no, she's gonna kill herself on a live
Oh
stream.
jeez.
Yeah. No,
Well, good thing on Twitch. I remember somebody got banned because their kid was walking around in the background.
Oh, really? Because of like COPPA stuff or whatever, privacy.
It's weird. Like I don't know what exactly the rule was, but like her kid went on stream for like 5 seconds. She got banned for like a week.
Well, honestly, I would get banned if my wife saw my kids going on a stream. I would get sent to the doghouse because technically, you know, my wife's like, I don't want my kids on video, and same here. Like, I don't. They don't belong on a stream anyway, which is why I kind of had to shut it down. I was like, yeah.
Well, I mean, think of it in the future when they're your age, of like, oh yeah, looking back at your streams, like, hey, look at it's me, or hey, they're talking about me, or something.
Exactly.
So it's kind of funny. It's like those old videotapes, except they're a lot more public for people to watch.
Exactly.
what are you gonna do?
Yeah, but I was live when it happened, and I couldn't see the faces of your children. So yeah.
Yeah. I didn't think it was a huge issue. It was more like this garage. I have to clean it. I have to clean the garage constantly because everything gets out of order. And there's a bunch of bikes over there, and she's only 2, and she just climbs on everything. So it's like she could hurt herself.
Oof.
Yeah,
I can
like
imagine.
yeah,
Sure.
because she's fearless. So she just like climbs on everything and without a regard. But yeah. So that was hopefully that's why I'm locking the garage door from now on. But anyway. I'm gonna have to end it here, actually, guys, because it's 3:10 and I want my daughter to sleep tonight. Otherwise, she'll keep me up. But yeah, no, it was really good talking to you, Memphis. Do you just want me to call you that, or do you go by something else?
It's like Mamdu is my real name, but
Mandu, okay, Memphis.
Mamdu is also okay. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for hopping on the stream and not being shy, because we like being able to talk to folks that are in our Discord and get to know everybody, you know. So keeping the Saturn scene alive by sharing the love and just trying. I was saying to Mel, there's just so few of us, you know, Sega fans in general, and then like Saturn on top of that. The Dreamcast scene is like much bigger, obviously, and so is the Mega Drive scene.
Can we go off of one question before we head out?
Yeah, go ahead.
Clockton asks, so Keio 2 is one platform I missed back in the day on my Saturn. It looks great though, got a good speed to it. Do you rate it over the likes of Rayman and Silhouette Mirage as examples?
Definitely not Rayman. Okay, like if we're just talking about raw platformer, I think Rayman is close to as good as you can get on the Saturn. There's a couple of really, really good platformers, and Rayman is up there with that. But I give Keio extra points for doing more things, you know. Actually, that might not be fair because Rayman actually does have some shmup like sections, and it's got like a climbing section. I don't know. That's hard to say, but I think my gut reaction is to say Rayman is still a better platformer. And
I agree. I think in my ranking it's Rayman, this, and then Silhouette Mirage. I am not the biggest fan of Silhouette, in all honesty.
Well, it's a gimmick. It's like a gimmick platformer, right? So, like Treasure, they love to lean into those gimmicks, kind of like Ikaruga and Radiant Silvergun and stuff. So, Silhouette Mirage, you have kind of a mechanic or a gimmick going on, but just like Rayman. There's a reason why Rayman as a franchise is still around, you know, and it's because that game is classic and it was so good to begin with that they ported it to almost every platform. Yeah, Jensen, I'm from San Diego. Well, that's where I'm from now, but I used to be. I was from Nevada actually and moved to San Diego. The weather's much nicer down here. But
he went from the city of sin to the city of sun.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm actually about an hour down the road from where the satiators are being made. I found out that recently. They're being manufactured up in Temecula, which is just like an hour drive up the road from where I am. And
I know where Temecula is.
Yeah, Temecula. It's little town. I guess there's a lot of like small contract engineering firms up there, mostly doing government contracts and stuff like that, but because there's
that's where Mega 64 is from too.
Oh really?
Yeah, they're in San Diego. They're in San Diego as well. I forget where exactly they're from.
Yeah, but yeah, so he ended up with a kind of like, they work fast and they're pumping those things out. He ended up with kind of like a surplus, so it was like the backers, the Patreon backers got theirs, and then it wasn't like too much longer that all of the there was a huge batch of retail devices out, right? But it's weird though, because you know the firmware still says beta, right? And I mean that's essentially what it is still, because I mean if he's still making fixes and people are still feeding into the Discord with like recommendations for things that need to be worked out. I take it that it's still basically a beta, but it's just kind of, he ended up with all this extra surplus units, and it was like, okay, well, let's call it a retail release. But I'm interested to see when that firmware ends up ticking over and being called like an actual release firmware. But I don't know if you missed it at the beginning, Pat, but I was talking about the problems that I had with the satiator, and I figured out that I just don't think it was playing nice with my mod chipped Saturn. I was using it. That makes sense. Yeah, I was using it in a Saturn. My daily driver was a Saturn that just had one of those old Rob Webb chips in it, and I never really think about it. It can play anything, and I didn't even think about that, and I was like, okay, I think that it's hooking in at the same time as the mod chip, and they're like fighting each other for some reason. So I went ahead and put it in a stock Saturn, and it's doing much better now. So I'm waiting on a drive from Keio with a bunch of images. So we'll see whenever I get that.
Nice, yeah, but no, I'll definitely have to hit you up with that. We'll do like a handoff. I'll send you a drive by Amazon. You can put it on there for me.
Well, didn't you buy one from Kay? Like he picked up a bunch on a discount or something like that?
I haven't heard from him. I'll have to hit him back up.
Hit him back up. He bought like a bunch of those black drives. They're 2 terabytes, and he got them for like $17 a piece through Walmart.
Yeah, I was excited for that, and I drove down to my Walmart, and it's like, oh yeah, that's been gone since Black Friday.
Yeah, but
because it said it had some near me.
But he got a bunch, and I don't know if he's willing to. I thought he said that you were hooking up with him to get one, but I mean, he could just clone whatever he puts on the drive.
I wasn't sure. He said he was busy, so I didn't know because he said he was still working on yours, so I wasn't sure if he was just a little bit busy.
Yeah,
but well, I'll sort it out, and we'll get it sorted eventually. It's not a big deal. But
yeah, I got a Dreamcast set. I downloaded that, and that was okay, but the Saturn set is significantly larger, so I really don't want to have to download that. At least not all like new. Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling you like this. I think you can use the Knights of Dragon tool for ripping your CDs and directly format them into the right images.
Yeah, I think that's what I really like that tool about. But I think it just means in terms of just getting a bunch of images.
Because I'll be honest, like most of my games are discs, and the images that I do have are like the old Dark Water releases, and I would much rather have like redump releases.
Get good K edition discs.
Yeah, get the good K. They're good. K's like easily the most anal guy when it comes to like things being perfect, so I will take it.
Yeah,
I will take it.
Exactly. He's a master at what he does. There's a reason why I call him the Saturn God.
Absolutely. I mean, that's like I think it's him getting involved in that Fire Pro project that really helped it come to fruition, because like you guys mentioned, it had been worked on for a long time before that, but he's super into that series, into that franchise, so I know that he helped out with that. But anyway, yeah, no, I'm just rambling on, and I need to get off here. So this has been a random Shiro stream. Yours truly, SaturnDave, coming to you with Keio Flying Squadron 2, randomly just to test out this whole green screen nonsense. And I hope you guys have a great day. Play your Sega Saturns. I want to remind you guys that we have that Uplink convention coming up soon. On Saturday, February 20th, we're going to be interviewing Tom Kalinske, ex-CEO of Sega, with Jared Project Co. Or Project COE. I don't know how he likes to say it, but I'm very excited for that, and Pat's going to be there, and I'm going to be there, and it's going to be rad. It's going to be rad. So it's 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Yeah, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Pacific.
For me.
Yeah, well, because you're in the driver's seat. Whoa, sorry.
Yeah, I'm in the driver's seat, so if anything goes wrong, everyone's going to be
We're gonna blame
in
you.
my direction.
That's right.
The eyes will all peer towards me and be like, Patrick.
I was actually surprised when you raised your hand and you volunteered for that. I was like, okay, that's fine. Now it's not my problem. It's not my problem now.
I mean, everyone was quiet. Somebody's gotta raise that hand up. So
Yeah.
I'd rather the rage go towards me than you or Ben or Nick or something. But
Absolutely.
but I got it up fast, so it should be good. Besides some minor tweaking here and there.
Yeah. Yeah. So it'll be exciting. So you guys, if you fancy getting tickets and actually attending the event, that'll be awesome. And if not, just stay tuned to our podcast, Sega Saturn Shiro. You can find us on SegaSaturnShiro.com for all of our articles, reviews, and the podcast. And or you could just look for us in whatever you use to listen to podcasts, because I guarantee you can find us, Sega Saturn Shiro.
Yep. Every podcast platform, Podience, Stitcher, iTunes. Was it the music one?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, all those. And I'm
Lucia
super excited for all these
Stitcher.
projects.
We're on.
Yes.
No, I'm
Stitcher.
kidding. But we what else was I gonna say? Oh, Pat's gonna do a stream here soon. I think you mentioned it, right? Now, once you get your green screen going.
Yeah, totally. I didn't have any plans, but now I do.
Well, I mean, once you get your green screen, you need to do a stream just to make sure that it works. Yeah. And then you got to do a kiosk stream. I swear, you got to find a way to do a kiosk.
How about this?
stream.
I'll green screen the kiosk in the background.
That could be cool.
I'll
cool.
like have a kiosk upside down, broken, just smashed to pieces.
Yeah.
That video's in the works though. I
Yeah.
had to figure out some things, but I think I should be good on that. I literally just need to lay down the vocal lines. Video I'm okay about. I think I'll live, but I do need to film one more segment before I go.
Check this out. I was going to show you real quick. Do you notice how I have like a shadow behind me?
Yeah, I do.
I figured out how to do that. So I'll show you something really quick. Oh, here's my webcam. I don't know how much of a delay there is, but here I'm moving myself, and there's the shadow behind me, and it's literally just you just copy your video into a scene of its own, and then you apply a color key to that, and you just like take down the brightness and gamma and opacity, and then you're able to have like a shadow. So
interesting. I'll have to like desync it, and it'll be like Peter Pan.
Yeah, if I like hide myself here, you can just see that I'm a shadow.
Exactly.
I'm like Peter. Yeah, exactly. But Shadow the Hedgehog. But yeah, no, there's a lot of cool things you can do with OBS. So it's always fun playing around and see what kind of cool stuff we can do. Anyway, until next time, guys. See ya, and we will catch you later.
Later.
Peace out.
Du musst Sega Saturn